Ladies and gentlemen, WWE 2K25, we are almost there. We are getting closer by the day. Each time I drop a daily upload, we're just getting one day closer. Let's just think about it like that. With that being said, before we go on ahead and get into this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for a chance at a free copy of WWE 2K25. Lots of you guys are watching the channel, but you guys are not subscribing, and we are on the road to 20,000 subscribers, so make sure to hit that sub button. Now let's go on ahead and get into this video. WWE 2K25 is right around the corner. In 2K24, there were some characters that needed updates, as you can see in the thumbnail, and I wanted to make a video just to highlight those wrestlers, those superstars that need much needed updates in 2K25. So let's go on ahead and get into it, y'all. Let's go. The first wrestler I'm gonna go on ahead and begin with this video is The Rock. The Rock is somebody who was pretty accurate before, but he didn't have the tattoo on his shoulder. He wasn't the final boss. He wasn't none of that when his game came out. And we understand that the final boss, you know, came out a little bit right after. It might have been right at borderline. We knew we weren't going to get the final boss right away in 2K24. So it was unfortunate that we had to go a whole year without the final boss. But this is one guy that is going to be the final boss this year in 2K25, I think. And we'll get the necessary updates to get him looking right. He finally stepped into a WWE ring with, you know, his attire and just the new tattoo and everything like that. So I think this year we are going to get probably the best version of The Rock we've gotten in a long time. So the final boss Rock is somebody that I am really looking forward to seeing in 2K25, and I'm looking so much forward to it that that's going to be the first wrestler I play with in 25. And Cody Rhodes will probably be my second, but The Rock will be my first, just because the entrance is going to be so dope. The feel is going to be great. I'm just excited to see what 2K can pull off with The Rock, and if they can pull off that super dope WrestleMania entrance we just saw at WrestleMania 40. The next character, who I think was actually one of the worst characters that were off in WWE 2K24, is Karrion Kross. This guy was god awful. He looked god awful in 2K24, and he is well due for an update, as now he rocks sort of like a ponytail. He just looks a little bit different. He doesn't even have the blonde hair, and when the game came out last year, he didn't even have blonde hair at the time. So it was honestly a big surprise that 2K caught me off guard with, and by surprise I mean a bad one at that, because I felt like this guy should have looked a little bit better. Granted, he's not the biggest star on TV, but he is on TV most weeks. So it was surprising to see that they kind of just threw him to the side, and basically it just looked like they just ported the model for this guy and just gave him to us and gave him the same entrance, everything, and said, here's your Karrion Kross. Again, I'm not the biggest Karrion Kross fan. I don't really use Karrion Kross as much, but it did look a little bit lazy on their side when they dropped him, and we were like, what is this? You know what I mean? So Karrion Kross, to me, definitely needs a big, well-deserved update. Get that man looking right. Shout out to the modders and the community creations people that, you know, did right and got us a very good-looking Karrion Kross in 2K24. One that is not that bad, but, you know, it could use a little tweaks, to me, is Giovanni Vinci. And the only reason why I say he's not that bad is simply because he's really not on TV as much. We've only seen him once since his departure of Imperium, but I think they got to go on ahead, get rid of, you know, the Imperium attire, give him his own little thing if he's in the game next year, because again, this guy has pretty much been irrelevant. He's really not on TV. The last time we saw him on TV, he got pinned in like 30 seconds. So Giovanni Vinci, to me, I would like to see him, you know, get something, maybe his old attire from back then, and not give him the Imperium stuff, as I think that at this point that's kind of played out, you know, with the fact that he's not in that group anymore. So I am kind of excited to see, you know, what they can pull off with, you know, Vinci, and seeing, you know, if they use his attire that we did see on that SmackDown. And again, this is a really small one, something that I feel is needed and necessary if he's going to be in the roster to continue the roster up to date. And another one for me is AJ Styles. This guy absolutely looks roided. I don't know if he's on steroids. I don't want to, you know, but you know what I mean, bro. The guy just looks built. He looks fit. A lot of people have been saying, do you think that they're going to go on ahead and update AJ Styles and a guy maybe like Randy Orton, who I think they did a pretty good job at updating Randy Orton in 2K24, so that's why I'm not talking about him. But AJ Styles just looked brolic. He looks big. You know what I mean? So AJ Styles, to me, I think that he needs an update in terms of physique. I feel like his model and his entrance has always been correct in the WWE games, but this is one that I really want to see updated just for the physique and everything like that. The guy looks like a monster right now in the WWE. I do understand he is injured, so I am excited for a AJ Styles comeback at some point, but right now is obviously not that time. But I am hoping that 2K25 does the guy justice for sure. One guy that I really like right now is Braun Strowman, and I like the way he's kind of carrying himself, putting my boy Carmelo over, you know what I'm saying? I like the way Braun Strowman is doing things right now in WWE, but this is not a video for that. For me, it's more just, let's get that man the hairstyle, you know what I mean? That guy, his model is usually one of the best, especially the last, year. I felt like his model was very, very accurate, but let's get that man the hairstyle. That's a hairstyle that grew out. That's one of the ones that I could really think of off the top of my head right now. Braun Strowman most definitely needs, an update, especially the hairstyle. His physique hasn't really changed too much, but I think the hairstyle could definitely help, you know what I'm saying? And I think that they need to be better, because I feel like sometimes they kind of throw these wrestlers to the side who may not seem as important, but I can't help but notice, some of these wrestlers lacking, the real life presentation in game. So Braun Strowman is one of those. Again, another small detail with just the hairstyle, because I think that they really do a great job with him every year that he's been in the game, but I really want to see, the hairstyle and everything like that added to him for 2K25. This is honestly a package, you know what I'm saying? Because the Wyatt Six, and yes, the Wyatt Six, they took characters that were already in WWE and NXT, for the exception of Eric Rowan, and combined them into a team. And we're talking about Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, and we're talking about Dexter Lumis. And the two that I'm really talking about here, because I really use this video to highlight the men and those superstars who really need a switch in the game, is Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. And those guys really need the biggest switch of them all, because their character has completely changed. Their gimmicks have completely changed. Everything is irrelevant from what they were doing as Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. Yeah, that might be their name right now, but we can all agree that it is a little bit different. They have different attires. They just look different, especially Dexter Lumis, who has longer hair. It might be a wig, whatever the case may be, but Dexter Lumis definitely needs that update in 2K25, and so does Joe Gacy. I think that they have the potential to do some really cool stuff in 2K25 with the Wyatt Six, because I think that a lot of these attires and just everything, I think they really look cool on TV. So just imagine a video game, where the video games are built for stuff like this. So I am excited to see what they do in WWE 2K25 to get these characters looking up to date. So right now, those are my 8 characters. Let me know down below what wrestler, what character you want to see be updated to the max. I saw, there's a few more and things like that we can always talk about, but to me, I wanted to choose the most 8 important ones. Stay tuned for the next video, because we're going to be talking about, roster additions and whatnot. We've been, covering everything, every little aspect about the game. We're going to continue to cover till we get an official reveal on the 28th. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you guys go on ahead and catch up on the older videos, because I feel like we've been covering a lot of the content. Whatever you guys want to know is on this channel. And yeah, man, so make sure you guys stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.